Were there any like major beliefs or kind of habits that you had that were preventing you from thriving on your journey? Any like key ones?
It's a great question. There was many of them. I mean, I think one that a lot of males struggle with early on in in their lives is I have to know it all, right? So even if I didn't know what I was talking about, I acted like I knew, and I would argue and I'd be stubborn. Also, another thing that I think society conditions us with is it's it's me or you. Meaning when we go to school, we don't get to help each other on our tests, right? We literally have to take the test on our own. And unfortunately, in schools do a bad job of teaching us about reality, which is you get to take the test with other people. So the better you get at building teams and surrounding yourself with higher quality people, the better you're going to be. So earlier on, I was only focused on like, what were my grades? How am I doing on the field? Am I getting the accolades? Versus in entrepreneurship, the more that I invest in other people and I help other people hit their goals, the better that I do.
Hmm.
So I flipped my mindset to how do I help myself to how do I help other people? And when I help other people, one, I feel great, but two, the outcomes of that or more people tend to then help me and help me get to where I'm trying to go. So there was a lot of mindset stuff that kind of like shifted for me as I got older and moved more into the entrepreneurial space than the traditional go to school, show up to your desk kind of environment.
Yeah, it reminds me of Naval Ravikant talks about zero sum games and positive sum games, and it's like in school, it's like for you to go up, someone else kind of has to go down, but then in life, if you help people, then they'll help you, and you can both win.
If you read Simon Sinek's book, The Infinite Game, that's like it describes it directly. Is I shifted from zero sum to infinite.
Yeah, and Naval also talks about like long term games with long term people and how the compound interest in the relationships really starts to pay off, and it makes sense, but unfortunately, it's not really like that. So you
If you
don't.
wouldn't work with somebody for a lifetime, don't work with them for a day. That's kind of his motto.